Hello everybody and welcome to the Oklahoma Esports League Valorant and Rainbow Six Siege Finals. We will be starting with our Valorant games coming up very shortly. We will be playing Sequoyah versus Classen SAS. Sequoyah coming in as the seed 2 and Classen coming in as the seed 4.
Yeah, and earlier in the bracket, Classen actually knocking down Collinsville into the third place match. Really great win for them. Going to try and keep it up, and winner of this gets to go to the grand finals of Valorant for this small school, this Division 1 Valorant playoffs, and then the loser has to go play Collinsville, who has worked their way through the loser's bracket for later today.
Yeah, and we're going to go ahead and quickly get onto Ascent here. Again, a best of 1. Ascent, a very defensive-sided map, as we've talked about previously in the season, so we're going to have to see how these teams decide to play it. Classen SAS going to be starting on the attack, and Sequoyah starting here on the defense. Classen deciding to opt for this B-side take.
Yeah, already looking for an aggressive push here. A lot of these pistol rounds, you're kind of trying to feel out exactly what happens, as we do see a really fast Classen take here. Adobo finding Zyverns onto site. Adobo looking for another one, finding 2 with that Frenzy, being able to clear outside for their team. Sequoyah going to be forced here on the retake in a 3v5.
Yeah, NMI kind of looking for this pick, knowing that Rogue is going to be sitting here in this market here, kind of just waiting for the peaks to happen. Gonna throw out that flash. Rogue managing to get 2 off of that flash, looking for NMI, but NMI does end up getting that pick. Chemical gonna get that trade onto NMI with that Sheriff. Now a 2v2 here. Classen just holding this site as long as they can. That bomb is planted. Ray will manage to get one. One player remaining, and Ray will get the second, and that defuse will go ahead and go off. Very close defuse there for Sequoyah, but it will be a round win starting off the games in Sequoyah's favor.
Yeah, Sequoyah doing a great job on that retake in a 3v5. Really fantastic job by them. Classen had a really good engage on that pistol with Adobo being able to get 2 on that entry, setting up a big advantage, just not quite able to play that post plant. Sequoyah is going to be having the advantage going into this round 2.
Yeah, now that they are on the bye round here for Sequoyah, kind of just looking to sit back and let them come to them. You don't want to give the weapons away too greedily.
Yeah, and Classen's going to be looking here for an opportunity. A lot of walking up cat. I love this play on Ascent. Not sure exactly what they're going to find past the smoke. Slowing it down a little bit. Trying to look for a good opportunity here. And really looking for something to happen. But the Silver Dart finds 2. Ray going to be able to get Adobo with that Bucky. Lurking in the smoke. 1 pick for Sequoyah already on this defense.
Yeah, now still looking for this cat play. Zyverns is going to go ahead and get 1 onto NMI there. Looking for more, does end up spotting 1 out in the smoke there. Chemical manages to get 1. Zyverns getting another, and Zyverns gets that third. A flawless round coming out for Sequoyah. Is their bye round, so you know, kind of just looking to keep safe, and that's exactly what they did. Able to flawless that round there, keep the weapons as much as they possibly can going into this bonus. Right now, just kind of looking to, again, play safe, and now that they do have the worst weapons to Classen's full buy here, what do you think they're going to be looking for?
Yeah, so we saw Sequoyah play really smart whenever they had the eco advantage. Now we have to see how creative they can get with the eco disadvantage, trying to get away some of these guns on Classen's side. Classen's looking to stop the bleeding, try and get that third round favored win for them. Have to play it really smart here if you're a Classen.
Yeah, and Ray with the Bucky yet again. Adobo is going to go ahead and get that early pick there, get their way onto site. The rest of Classen going to have to rotate back over to retake this site here. The bomb is going to go down for the side of Classen.
Yeah, really fast take here for Classen. Sequoyah going to be at a little bit of disadvantage. Bomb is going to go down. Chemical looking for this off angle. It's really just picking your poison on what you want to see first. It looks like it's going to be the Heaven engagement. Adobo is going to find 1 onto that Heaven with a lot of Classen players still up. Sequoyah trying to make something happen like we saw in round 1. Adobo going to get their third. Maybe looking for an early day ace. Rogue is going to shut that down though, making it a 2v4 in Classen's favor. Not a lot of HP here for the side of Sequoyah as well.
Yeah, Vike now very low HP. Doesn't necessarily need to win this round, so the more picks that you can get, the better. Manages to take out the Jet there, but does end up taking that round. That was their bonus round, so this is kind of what you expect, especially with Ascent being a very defensive-sided map. You do kind of anticipate taking this 2-A-2-1 in the defensive. Very standard, I feel like. Both teams doing really well so far. And now with both teams being on these full buys, having to grab a light shield on the side of Classen and a no shield on the side of flip that around.
Yeah, definitely the first time that you can have a conversation since pistol round. Like, the rounds that are supposed to be won are being won by the respective teams, but then we get to this point where we're finally in a little bit more of an even ground. Will it be Sequoyah that comes out on top like we saw in that first pistol round, or will Classen be able to tie this one back up? Really slow plays from both sides, just kind of pulling out utility, looking for some opportunities, maybe forcing some rotations. The ulti orb is taken from Classen on that B side. Going to force a little bit of rotations over there.
Yeah, and Classen doing a good job of just kind of playing safe right now. Their entire goal is just keep this default up, try to get as much information as you possibly can. Get the ult orbs to start, getting some ultimates online. That is going to help you, especially the Sova ulti in these post plants. Going to prove really useful, especially getting those plants on that A site. Right now, Ray just sitting here in this corner on the A site, waiting for something to happen. He gets a nice pick onto NMI there. Chicken Nugget going to be sitting here in main alone, trying to make something happen, but the rest of their team will collapse through tree. Now 2 picks coming out for the side of Classen, now having the player advantage. They do end up losing the 1, but they are okay right now having this player advantage. The rest of Sequoyah looking to retake here from Heaven. Looks like we want to send a couple through tree. Zyvern's just kind of looking for something to happen. Saw that Sova drone come from the left side. Still trying to clear the site. The rest of Sequoyah, except for Adobo, going to be sitting in that main here. Adobo just looking to play safe. Continue this time. The Thrash going to come out here. Being used for Classen, does end up getting Zyvern. That bomb still ticking down. Chemical going to get the spray onto Chicken Nugget. The defuse going to be started. Doesn't quite get a half. Comeback gets one. Zyvern gets the other, but no time left remaining. That bomb is going to go off, and GamerTube manages to live there. 2-2, a tie game here.
Yeah, Classen playing that round extremely smart, playing the numbers advantage, taking their trades as well as just forcing Sequoyah to really use every second that was on that post-plant clock. And as we saw, even with the 1v1 opportunity still there, just not enough time to actually get the defuse. Really smart play by Classen, drawing out that entire round, not just the post-plant, but also the just original take. Really smart plays.
Yeah, and also one interesting thing to note, too, is the Vice pick over the Killjoy pick. I think Killjoy is usually the standard on this map, but end up taking the Vice, I think because they're starting on the attack is what I would say, and Vice being a more kind of aggressive style Sentinel, able to make something happen. Zyverns does end up getting an early pick there with that Molly. Gets another onto comeback with that classic there. Chicken Nugget trades one onto Zyverns, but this is a great start for Sequoyah here, being on this kind of save here, having a couple classics towards their name, doing really well. The bomb going to be down. 2 players left for Classen here. Only 1 player left now onto NMI. Vike manages to get that Vandal and takes out 1. The defuse going to be started. NMI manages to get 1. Rogue going to start the defuse with the Gecko. Manages to get another, but Ray takes the headshot onto NMI, and that will be a fantastic take there for the side of Sequoyah, and a thrifty, bringing them to a 3-2. If you are a Sequoyah fan, you are feeling good about this round.
Yeah, Jackson, you were talking about the Sentinel picks in this game, and Zyvern's immediately making a statement with that Killjoy, getting the first pick with utility, and then the second one with the Sheriff on site. Really great plays there, being able to turn around that eco and get Sequoyah back into this thing with that lead. But once again, Classen still making these rounds really, really close. Getting a lot of opportunity, making these trades where they're interesting, and not letting either team's economy really pull away with the game.
Yeah, now Chemical and Ray sitting over here on this A site yet again. And it looks like Classen's going to decide to take this 5-man aggressive play here. Adobo is going to pop the Jet Knives, trying to look for something here. kind of just playing slow in this main. Sequoyah is aware that Klassen's going to be over here. Takes that aggressive play towards main. Goes up to look for these jet knives. Ends up deciding to take that right click onto Chemical and go ahead and pick up that Vandal. Now down a player, comeback, and Chicken Nugget both get one as well. Now Zyverns and Chicken Nugget.
Yeah, Zyverns and Rogue, the last two standing here for Sequoyah, being able to make maybe something happen here, but just such a good take for Classen. Adobo finds one more and hurt Rogue as well and is going to be able to get the 3K, tying it back up for Sequoyah and Classen. Back and forth, back and forth. Who will pull away first? As we are looking at the economy here, looks like Sequoyah is going to be a little bit leaning on the economy side. Did take that loss there. Not going to have a lot of economy. Meanwhile, Classen actually going to be able to full buy up here. Really good momentum play from them. Adobo using those knives really wisely. Just getting the one elimination and the rifle to be able to fix their economy. We're only walking out with a classic there. As this round does get away a little bit more mid-control this time. Sobadart is going to find out Rogue, and a lot of wall bangs coming through. Really nice dart there from Classen, pardon me. Being able to get that free pick for pretty much nothing. Just one rechargeable util.
Yeah, now being able to take that early pick there. The other 5 just kind of playing defensively right now. They are going to try to capitalize on that pick, but they don't want to be too aggressive. Chemical going to be coming around on the flank. Going to try to look for these picks here onto Classen. Aren't aware that they're there, but able to get into main just fast enough. Zyverns manages to get one with the shorty. Picks up the Vandal on Adobo, but Chicken Nugget is going to get that trade before they can do anything. Being able to use that Gecko Flash towards their advantage right now. Ray just sitting here in this boathouse, going to try to keep this defense up with the rest of their team kind of falling on themselves right now. But Klassen's going to decide to rotate, decides to use the smart play. Classen having more than enough time to rotate over towards this A site, with Sequoyah having to kind of read this.
And it does get red, actually getting the rotation. Vike being able to get a pick there. And all of a sudden, yes, it's a 3v2 advantage for Classen, but a little bit of damage here. And all of a sudden, it's more of a conversation. Really nice pick by Vike, being able to catch out Chicken Nugget on the plant. NMI is going to trade Ray into Garden. All of a sudden, it's a 1v2 for Vike. Already showing that they can tap. Can they read the play? Going to be able to get NMI. Going to have to invest the global.
Decides to go ahead and follow it. Manages to get the kill, only 9 HP remaining. The Sova ult going to come out from the side of Classen onto comeback. Both 1 HP Sova's here. Is going to shoot it, but is going to manage to take the final kill. Vike manages to get a fantastic ace. Here, but unfortunately that shock dart going to take that 9 HP Sova down all the way.
Man, being able to get 5 picks in a round and still not getting getting every player, but not getting the round win. Very, very impressive from Vike there, and some really nasty clicks as well. Now 6 and 6 with that 5K, being able to even it back up. And even if you did lose that round as Sequoyah, you have to be feeling good after you saw one of your players just really get heated, be able to get on that heater and maybe start catching fire here.
Yeah, now looking for the aggressive B-side play here for the side of Classen. Managed to get a couple picks now in a 3v3, but are going to be able to take side with a full minute and 20 seconds left. Adobo going to be sitting here at 8 HP. The Thrash does come out. He's looking to spot somebody. Doesn't quite get Adobo. Is aware that they're behind the box there, though. Now able to make some retake happen. Adobo manages to get one onto Rogue. Is looking for another. Comeback gets the headshot onto Vike. Now only 1 player remaining on Ray. Isn't aware that Adobo's lurking around. With only 8 HP remaining, is able to get that 3-piece there for Classen. And an aggressive take there on that B site. Able to get there so quickly.
Yeah, I really respect how Classen is able to change up their tempo. We've seen them go stand still on these takes, waiting for Sequoyah to make a play out into this open space. And we've also seen these really fast hits where Sequoyah's already worried about this slow attack, that they're not rotating extremely fast and they're not ready for this turbo Sonic hit. Shout out Sonic 3 coming out soon. Really being able to get a lot of opportunity there.
Yeah, now with this next round underway, looks like they're going to be looking for this B site yet again. Come back and shoot that Sova Dart out, but Chemical going to get an aggressive peek there onto Gamer2, able to take them out. Adobo gets the trade onto Chemical, though. Now in a 4v4, going to close that market down. Now just kind of holding down this CT, is able to kind of get a free bomb plant here with no Killjoy utility remaining, able to clear that out so fast. Classen doing a great job on these attacks. That Sova drone going to come out from the market there. Has to back up into main. Does end up spotting Adobo. Is aware that Adobo's by themselves in the main here. Is going to be looking for it. Zyverns in the CT does end up spotting them first. Is kind of just playing safe right now. The bomb was just planted. They don't need to do anything too aggressive. And especially having this Bucky here. Adobo is going to get one onto Ray Ray. Vike gets the trade onto Adobo. Now in a 3v3 yet again. Zyvern's going to look for one with that Bucky and manages to take NMI out, but Chicken Nugget is going to get the trade onto Vike and it decides to back up into main here. Zyvern's with only 20 HP remaining and a Bucky towards their name. Comeback going to clean that one out. 6-3 so far for Classen on the Ascent attack. Yeah, a little bit difficult there when you are on that eco, but not a bad take by Sequoyah trying to get those trade backs. Adobo already rocking that 15-7 stat line, only 9 rounds into the game, really balling out for the side of Classen, being able to get a lot of plays. Going to be able to get a lot more value as well. As we do get into round 10 here, economy is fixed, so a little bit more of an even round here. A must win for Sequoyah to try and salvage anything out of this defense. Yeah, now just deciding to play this default here. 2 over towards the B site, 3 over towards this A site here. Chemical just kind of looking for something in mid here, but it doesn't look like Classen wants to be too aggressive. Right now we see Adobo just taking this main, ends up shooting that Sova Dart. Might force some Sequoyah players over. We do see Rogue decide to start this rotate towards the B site. Ray Ray gonna stick the A as this anchor here. Not aware that NMI, GamerTube, and Chicken Nugget are sitting here in main. Ends up getting a peek into mid. Adobo going to take out Chemical there. That is an early pick for Sequoyah. 2 more players going to decide to rotate over towards this A, hearing all of this noise happen. Ray Ray going to try to keep themselves alive while Rogue and Vike start this rotate over. And now with that bomb going down, Zyvern's going to make their way over as well. Still down a player. Adobo going to get another nice pick onto Ray Ray. So much utility coming out onto Vike here, being stuck down at 1 HP. That decay going to wear off. Now having a little bit of health remaining, but now Zyverns and Vike, can they make something happen here? No ultimates to their name. Now just looking to try to see if they can get information. They want to try to take these 1v1s. Vike manages to get one, but NMI is ready for the trade. Zyvern's looking to just save this rifle here. I think if you are Zyverns, this is the play. This is the correct play for you and your economy. Yeah, really just Classen being able to take a lot of space in the map, especially in that middle. I thought Chemical was going to get the jump on Adobo, but being able to have that lightning fast reaction time to actually get that pick, and all of a sudden that mid control really just made the A site collapse for Classen, and just having so much advantage. We've seen Sequoyah almost flip a couple of these rounds for those retakes. Unfortunately, not that one. Classen goes up 3-7. And Adobo, a masterclass performance so far. 18-8 on the Jet. Able to put in so much work as this duelist here. Getting such good entries and is able to get their team onto site super easily. Doing very well so far. But on the side of Sequoyah, both Zyverns and Vike doing really well on these retakes. Just right now, Classen kind of overwhelming them on these takes, and Adobo with another fantastic shot there onto Rogue, and is going to try to quickly take the space that they created. The flash going to be hit onto Adobo, but Chemical has to back up as well, yet NMI will get that pick there. Now only Zyverns here on the CT manages to get one. NMI does end up getting that trade though, and Adobo finishing it off with the 3. What a clean round for Classen. doing a great job so far in this game, working really well against this Sequoyah defense.
Yeah, again, remember, Classen actually came into the postseason tournament as the 4 seed of the OESL playoffs, but made a statement in the semifinals, beating Collinsville, the 1 seed, to knock them to loser's bracket. And they show that this is not just a fluke so far. They are here to play, and they are here to win a state championship for their school.
Yeah, they're putting in a lot of work clearly behind the scenes that these teams aren't ready for. This 4th seed showing their dominance and showing that they still have what it takes to be able to beat these top teams.
Yeah, and Sequoiah's not out of it either. This has been a good team all season, and 3 is still a very good half. Could be a 4 here. Would love to make it a 4. This does look for an opportunity. Adobo going to be able to find out Chemical in this catwalk fight, and all of a sudden there's a numbers disadvantage again, and all of a sudden it's from Adobo again.
And NMI going to get a pick onto Rogue as well in the tree, looking for the man as well. Ray manages to get one onto comeback, is looking for Adobo, isn't quite sure where they landed, and does end up getting that pick onto Ray. Adobo going to go ahead and take this hell angle here. Mike going to get the pick onto Chicken Nugget, but Adobo with the good trade decides to pull out the knives and gets a nice headshot there onto Zyverns. A 9-3 half in Classen's favor, but hey, you know what 9-3 is?
9-3 is a curse.
That is a curse here. So we are looking. Sequoyah could bring this one back.
Yeah, for sure. And realistically, in the first 5 rounds, Sequoyah was actually leading 3-2. And Classen just kind of goes on a heater. Adobo goes on a heater, rocking that 25-8 halftime stat line, putting up some Michael Jordan type numbers right now. Really getting a lot of hero plays, a lot of star plays that Classen can build off of, but Sequoyah still making a lot of good retakes, making these fights close. Definitely easy for them to turn around and show why they are the number 2 seed coming into this tournament.
Yeah, now going on to the defense, they do have a more aggressive team. They do have a more attack-sided team. So now flipping to this defense, we're going to have to see how they kind of fare holding these sites with only Vice utility over Killjoy utility. I think this is the time that Sequoyah is going to be looking for some pushes, especially being able to work into a lot of the Vice utility, having the Jet to be able to kind of go over them. And the flashes from the Gecko, as well as that Vice flash on the side of Classen to try to stop them here. But right now they're kind of just grouped up in this B main here. We do see Zyverns sitting here more in the mid, maybe looking for a mid lurk. Still nothing quite happening yet. Decides to try to take this. Vike manages to get one. GamerTube going to get a kill on that tripwire there. Ray manages to get another trade though. Classen starting this one up is going to be able to take this site. 22 HP on Chemical and only about half HP here.
One enemy remaining.
Zyverns and Ray doing a great job here.
Right. I did.
Able to clean that one up, and a great start here for Classen, or for Sequoyah on this attack.
Yeah, Sequoyah being able to get that round win, definitely a needed one, and we were talking about that curse. It all starts with that one round. Sequoyah being able to win that pistol round like we saw in the first half, but also being able to get a lot of value even walking into the Sentinel for Classen.
Yeah, and Zyverns and Vike yet again doing a great job right now, starting this one 9-4. GamerTube is going to be spotted out by that Sova Dart. Decides to take this B again. We're going to see some rotates come over from Classen here.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out on the side of Classen as well, taking a lot of poke during this. Sequoyah still just trying to feel it out, see where their best opportunity is, and getting this poke is really important for them. Again, really need to start rolling rounds like Classen did in the first half. Ray looking for some information here, trying to bait out some utility as well. Really, the amount of information that you can get before even turning a corner in this game is insane, and Sequoyah is definitely using that to their advantage right now.
And you have so much time to work with. You know, that clock is kind of your sixth defender, I would say, but able to use that towards your advantage as well is going to prove very helpful for Sequoyah here. Does manage to get an early pick. Chemical onto GamerTube, able to go ahead and take this B site with all 5 players still remaining here for Sequoyah. They are on their bye, But if Classen can look to maybe get a pick or two, I think that's exactly what they're looking for right now. And especially if they can win this round, that is going to really shut down what Sequoyah is doing right now. But Sequoyah does need these rounds right now. And now with this bomb ticking away, just kind of looking here for some utility, some information, whatever they can get. And Syverns does end up getting that pick onto Chicken Nugget. These classics just proving a little too rough. It looks like they're just kind of playing for these exits, try to get as many bomb picks as they can, play defense right now. And manages to get two fantastic headshots onto Ray and Syverns. Comeback, it's one, but Vike and Chemical get two, but that is every player eliminated for the side of Sequoyah. Classen playing that really smart, deciding to sit on the switch there and play for those exits and kind of let the bomb do the work for them.
Yeah, definitely recognizing how to even out the economy and say, hey, we have such a substantial lead currently in this game round-wise. Why don't we try and fix the economy where we have a lead economy-wise as well? Really smart play from Classen. You saw their amount of patience and not even playing where they needed to, where they would survive those plays, just to make sure that the players of Sequoyah would not. Really smart play, high game sense play from Classen there.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed this, but we are on the third round. Should be a bonus for Sequoyah, but they've decided to force into this. They do have 5 rifles to their favor right now. I guess just trying to look to get these rounds to start swinging back in their favor. They do have the momentum from the first 2 rounds, and especially if they can take this force and force Classen to have to go back into a save, I think that's exactly what they're looking for. But Chicken Nugget starting the game, starting this round early with that pick on to Chemical. The rest of their team kind of just looking for mid right now. Adobo gets another onto Vike. Now quickly, only 3 players left here for Sequoyah. Going to have to slow down just a little bit. Classen not quite sure where they want these defenders to be sitting. Just kind of lurking in their CT right now, waiting to see what Sequoyah is going to do. They do have the man advantage right now, so they don't want to give Sequoyah these ones. The rest of Sequoyah just looking to force through this market here.
30 seconds
Yeah, just
left.
looking for some sort of opportunity. Still need to play to find all 5 defenders. Does see GamerTube in the CT spawn, but I'm not sure if they know about Adobo. They do not in the mud pit. Looking for one. Going to get traded out by Syverns. Ray looking to stop this rotation as Plant is trying to go down. 12 seconds left. Syverns probably going to have to stick this if they want an opportunity with the round. Actually, let go of it a little bit early. I think that was a little bit of a misclick, but anyways, Classen with another round win. Really smart play early into the round and being able to elongate that advantage for them. Really smart plays all around, being able to play their engagements to where Sequoyah never knew exactly where Classen was going to be.
Yeah, and Adobo still putting in a lot of work for this Classen team right now. Almost dropping a 30 in this playoff game. As the 4th seed too, what a fantastic game here. Just showing that they can certainly do this. And that force going to prove a little hard for Sequoyah here. Now being down 5 rounds, having to force back into this save a little bit. Decide to slow 5-man up this A site. They know that Sequoyah isn't over on this B site. We do see the lurk up from Comeback here.
Yeah, and that's so much space taken by Classen in that middle, being able to get all of that information. And if a rotate has to come out, it's going to catch someone out. But it looks like it's going to be a 5-man commit onto this A site for Sequoyah.
And Adobo has managed to clear out so much of this CT area, or this attack side area, that they kind of know where they're standing. Adobo manages to get 1 onto Syverns, 2 onto Ray, 3 onto Vike, and is able to back out there with 20 HP.
Here.
Yeah, not only the fantastic play to get the triple kill there from Adobo, but also the wisdom to leave and not give up the rifle, giving an opportunity to Sequoyah.
They know they're on the save.
Yeah, just being able to play their lives, understand that economy is such an important part of Valorant, as it does look like Sequoyah, with their hands tied behind their back in this 2v5, look like they want to commit onto A, but it's all read by Classen. So much space given up in the mid so that they know exactly where Sequoyah is playing.
Yeah, and the rest of their team just sitting here on this site, not giving away too much. Chemical going to try to make something happen, but come back, and NMI are going to go ahead and take that. A flawless round, but we did kind of expect that. Sequoyah just bringing out the classics, looking to maybe make something happen, but they're okay if it doesn't. They know that that round is probably going to be thrown into Klassen's favor. And now 11-5, this is a must-win for Sequoyah, because if they end up losing this round, they are now forced back into a save, or I guess I should say a weird force in that final round.
Yeah, that round, that 11th point, the last one that they can feel comfortable giving to try and fix their economy. It's do or die time for Sequoyah. Down 5-11. Can they make the comeback start now? Still even in this half on this attack, 2-2 for these rounds advantage. But once again, we see Adobo starting to heat up and the rest of Classen being able to get these clicks. Adobo looking for the early engagement, is going to be caught out, not going to have any trades on either side.
Kind
but
of
a
just
lot of
looking
information
for a default
there.
here.
Yeah.
With the Killjoy utility being set up in this A main, Zyverns just kind of going on this lurk right now, looking for an early pick. The rest of Sequoyah here going to be looking for these mid picks. The smoke is going to go down for the side of Sequoyah, going to get them up in a tree. That Paranoia going to come out. Chicken Nugget going to get a pick onto Zyverns. Looking towards this tree, Vike able to get one, but Chicken Nugget gets a second. Now up a player for the side of Classen. Only 3 players left here for Sequoyah. The bomb is going to go down, though. All they have to do is play this time. Right now, Time being their 4th defender here on this attack. And now, especially with Classen having Adobo here in this main, just kind of boxing in Sequoyah, is able to look.
Adobo finding that flank. They weren't expecting Adobo to be on the wrap in the back there. Going to be able to find out Chicken Nugget. And all of a sudden, there's one more angle that Sequoyah has to worry about during this post-plant. NMI going to be able to get Vi Chemical shutting down that flank finally. Finding another one. NMI is going to be forced to use the Clove ultimate. Try and make sure this is a guaranteed win. And actually gets the pick there. So another round win for Classen going to match point.
Yeah, and it was a force there for Sequoyah. Ended up buying the 5 rifles, so their economy is not in a great spot right now. They are able to buy full rifles, but I don't know if they're going to be able to have a shield on all of them, and Adobo is going to pull out that operator on this defense, already dropping 31 in this game so far. Jet, obviously known as the operator agent other than Chamber, but especially with Chamber being out of the meta and Jet still being such a dominant pick, definitely that go-to operator agent right now, and especially if they're feeling this confident in the game so far, then they definitely can.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the op be picked at this point in the round. I guess it does change it up a little bit, something that Sequoyah is not going to be expecting, but Sequoyah not even going where the angles would provide for Adobo. Looking in this A or in this B main, this is where they've had the most success on this attack. Are they going to have success again? Are they going to rotate? Sequoyah, it's do or die time. We need some hero plays to prolong this game a little bit more.
Yeah, and still kind of playing this slow here. Not necessarily a default. They do have all 5 players over here, but just continuing to keep this time off the clock, knowing that this is the last round, the last chance before they are thrown down to play against Collinsville, and Adobo gets that pick on the bike. Now they know that this operator is online. The first time they've seen it, Adobo gonna look for the shorty. Ray ends up going in as soon as Adobo pulls out that knife, but just isn't able to get that spray through. Does some damage on Adobo, but still a lot of HP remaining. Chemical gonna get that updraft. GamerTube manages to stay alive there. NMI saving them a little bit there. And now with that Killjoy ultimate going off, it is going to force the rest of Classen off-site, and it ends up Will getting GamerTube there, but isn't able to capitalize off it just yet. Ray, the only player left here, still sitting in main. All 4 players for Classen sitting in this main know that they have bomb, forcing Ray to make something happen, especially with only 13 seconds remaining. Gets one, but comeback will clean that one up. 13-5 victory here for Classen, the 4th seed, currently the lowest seed of the last 3 teams remaining. We have Sequoyah, the 2nd seed, Classen, the 4th seed, and Collinsville, the 1st seed right now in that relegation bracket. And we will see Sequoyah go up against Collinsville in that relegation for the chance to play against Classen yet again for a final chance to take this victory.
Yeah, and Classen is actually the one who sent both of them to the lower bracket. So really interesting for them being able, either one of them is going to have a shot to avenge their loss in the winner's bracket later, as we do have a little bit of a BRB that we'll get into as we get set up for that next game.